Hey, St. James Bulldogs. Thank you. Thank you for a chance to come back and just to tell my story. I'm a graduate, class of 1991, with Gina Zebron. Back then it was Gina Davy, but I'm the oldest of five children, five kids. We all went to St. James. My mom's back there. Hey, mom, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'm talking from Fargo, North Dakota, and mom's coming to visit for the weekend, and we're all looking forward to seeing her. So my mom was actually a teacher at St. James. St. James has it meant a lot to my childhood. And again, to come back and talk, this is really cool. And then to be talking to the future of science and technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. I mean, you kids are the future, and your adventure and your experiences are truly just getting started. And I'm excited for you. Miss Erland, I see she's retiring this year. She was my gym teacher, and I still remember those square dance lessons. Who doesn't love square dancing? Mrs. Petnuzzo, I saw Miss Petnuzzo the other day. So this last week, I've been thinking about St. James. And I had this memory to an event that when I was in fifth grade, we called them ice cream socials. And just like tonight, where the majority of the school would attend, and your parents and your siblings would come, sometimes grandma and grandpa would come. There was always a book fair, and my mom and my dad, they would let us pick out one book, but only if there was a really good parent teacher conference. You couldn't pick out the book until you had your parent teacher conference, and the teacher said, Tommy's he's been doing good. Well, this one year, I think I'm in fifth grade, and in the middle of the event, when everyone's eating ice cream and meeting teachers, and all the fire alarm goes off, right? Fire alarm goes off. The fire department has to show up to St. James, and everybody has to evacuate the school. And I get in so much trouble because the principal, McCafferty, thinks that I'm the one that pulls the fire alarm as my parents are walking to go talk to my teacher. My dad was a police officer. My dad was not happy. I want to tell you guys a secret. It's between us. To this day, I am convinced that it was Gina Zebron that pulled that fire alarm. Pretty sure she did it. So a quick history on me. After graduating from St. James, I went to Prospect High School, and I never missed those baby blue uniforms as much as I did on my first day of high school, when I realized that I actually had to spend time in the morning figuring out what to wear. Enjoy, you guys. Those uniforms are cool. After high school, I went to college. And after high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be. And that's a question that you should never stop asking. Whether it's after eighth grade, after high school, or when you're 30 or 60. What do you want to be? And how can you be better? So Gina said I ended up graduating from college with a degree in education. I planned on being a fourth or fifth grade teacher. And back then I wondered if I would end up teaching at St. James. I always loved James. It's the place where I always felt a strong connection with the church and a strong connection with God. And I believe God has a plan for each one of us. As it turns out, mine was not to be a teacher. Instead of teaching, I accepted a job in sales. And from that point, I never looked back. I fell in love with sales. I fell in love with helping customers. I started selling light bulbs. I sold light bulbs door to door, business to business in Arlington Heights, and around Chicago. I worked for this company for 10 years. So why did I start my own business? Why did I become an entrepreneur? There's a quote by Leonardo DiCaprio. It's from the movie Inception, where an idea is like a virus. It is resilient, it is highly contagious, and even the smallest seed of an idea can grow. It can grow to define or destroy you. I had an idea to build an e-com website that sold lighting supplies online. And this is back in 2007. And technology was changing so fast back then. It's changing so fast today. And I didn't know how to build a website. I had never taken a business class. I didn't know what I was doing. But I was determined to figure it out. I still don't always know what I'm doing, but I've always determined to figure it out. So why Good Bulb? We had built a successful business back then. The foundation of Good Bulb was founded in December of 2015. As Gina already said, unless she's running down the hallway pulling the fire alarm again. But no, Good Bulb was born after I experienced a life-changing medical miracle with my son. I mean, it's the type of experience that doesn't leave you unchanged. It doesn't matter if you're 8 years old, 20 years old, 40 years old. We all have experiences that force us to look at things different, that force us to act different. And this experience for me was a challenge to live with purpose and to give back to people around me in any way possible. So I spent over 15 years in the light bulb industry, and I decided to marry this passion, this new passion for philanthropy with the passion for lighting. Good Bulb was born. Why solar lanterns? There are 1.2 billion people who live without lights. And these things are really cool. But to your teachers, do they give you math homework? When the sun goes down, do you guys spend time reading books? Do your parents make you read? I mean, how many people eat dinner with their family or play games with your family at night? Well, one in 7 people, they can't do that. And you guys are truly blessed to have light. There's families that are using these kerosene lanterns. A kerosene lantern, imagine a tin can, like an old baked beans tin can that's sitting in the cabinet. Filling that tin can with kerosene, or it's like gasoline, and inserting like a candle wick, right? And you would light that wick. And this is your only source of light. Well, breathing the fumes of this kerosene lantern, it's equal to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes per day. And cigarettes are gross. Imagine if this is your light source. These things are responsible for devastating fires. And these families they're actually spending their money, their hard-earned money that they worked for, to buy kerosene. That this is their only source of light. So science, STEAM, science and technology. I'm going to try I know I'm running out of time and I don't want to go over. A solar lantern. How is this better for the environment and to the health of those who use it? So solar energy cells, right? They are made from a special type of material that conducts electricity based on different amounts of wavelength of light. Science, right? You guys may have learned that today. How much sun does it get? And we should thank my mom real fast. Without her countless hours of help at the dining room table under light, helping me with my science classes, I may be the oldest 8th grade student at St. James. But, all right. So the sun. It then converts energy into light. All right, so the most common material that's used is silicone. I could tell a few jokes about silicone, but I'll save that for next time. Silicon is actually the most abundant element. It's the second most abundant element in the Earth's crust. And because of the existing manufacturing process in place for information technology and their experience with using this material, it's why a really smart scientist develops solar technology using silicon. Simply, we use the sun to produce energy that provides light or electricity, and we don't have to spend money to get that electricity. I mean, there's so much more in lighting with science and technology, how electrical energy is transformed into light. It's a great question. You guys should look into that, figure it out. How lighting is advanced. Who invented the light bulb? Thomas Edison? Oh, the person that actually invented the light bulb was a guy by the name of Humphrey Davy, who invented the incandescent light bulb in 1801. And then he invented an arc lamp in 1809. Thomas Edison's patent for the incandescent light bulb wasn't until 1879. He did make it better. And he was a great scientist, and he improved on the incandescent light bulb, but he didn't invent it. Electricians, e-com, web development, SEO, marketing. I mean, all of those aspects of lighting fall under science and technology. Engineering, these guys take lighting to the next level. I mean, from Thomas Edison incandescent to CFLs, the twisty light bulbs, to LED and solar technology, and then they're constantly developing and improving upon lighting technology. How do they make LED chips brighter so that they're producing more lumens per watt? How do you save more energy? How do you get the same light from a 60 watt down to an 8 watt, down to a 7 watt? Art, package design. I'm not an artist, but I love this part of the business. I mean, this is the original packaging design for good bulb packaging. And it was a really smart kid, an artist from NDSU, North Dakota State University, that was able to design the packaging for me, as well as packaging design for flyers and pamphlets, and banners and marketing materials. Math, statistics. Where we are constantly using math in our business. The statistics on switching to energy efficient lighting. How much money will you save? How much longer will the light bulb last? Statistics on our costs. Equations to determine how much money a customer would save. Equations to determine if I manufacture this light bulb and my manufacturing cost is $2, plus I need to ship it, what should I sell this product at so that I have enough money to purchase solar LED lanterns to give to people who live without electricity? But then we also have employees and the warehouse, so that we can cover our expenses as a business and be profitable. Math. STEAM is huge. Now there may be moments in school where you don't think you're learning something that will be helpful in the future. But if you remember anything from today, remember that we don't know what God's plan is for us, that we don't know our future, and that you can be a light in this world. You can make a difference. So thank you. Again, I'm sorry this wasn't live. Go Bulldogs.